I read over 100 books in 2024. I made a bunch of different book award videos where I showed off books that I had loved throughout the year, but there were still some books that didn't fit into a specific award category that I absolutely love, and those are the books I'm going to talk to you about today. The first book is a shorter YA story called Pet by Akwaeke Emezi, about this transgender character named Jam who lives in the city of Lucille, where monsters who are humans who have done bad things in their life have all been put away, put in jail, taken out of society, and Jam and her generation have been told that monsters have been eradicated. But when Jam accidentally summons a monster hunter, she realizes that monsters are closer to her than she may think. Such a fantastic read. Then we have The Spear Cuts Through Water by Jimenez. I buddy read this with my best friend JJ and I absolutely loved it. It's honestly a really one-of-a-kind, unique fantasy book. The writing is absolutely gorgeous. Two warriors who take a goddess across their land to end the rule of tyrannical brothers. There's a romance in this book that is so subtle yet so beautifully done. If you love fantasy and are looking for something unique in 2025 to read, this is definitely the one for you. And we have Notes on an Execution. We are following the life of a serial killer through the eyes of the women in his life. So we're seeing the perspective of his mother, his sister, and the women that he's killed or assaulted in the past. And I love how the author took back the power of the women in his life and the women in serial killers' lives by making their perspective the main storyline. This book was so incredible. Then we have Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. It's all about an astronaut who wakes up in space and doesn't remember anything about himself. Throughout the story, we learn more about what is going on in the world that he left, why he left Earth, and we meet one of my favorite characters that I think I've ever read. You know, Rocky, my love. I just thought this book was so incredibly fascinating. Mind you, I didn't understand all of the scientific concepts that I was reading about, but that didn't stop me from loving the storyline and really wanting to know what was happening next. Last but certainly not least is the Invocations by Krystal Sutherland. It's a YA mystery thriller. It was set in London during like mid-autumn, mid-winter. So we are following three main characters that all have different relationships with magic. They come together and meet each other and try to solve a string of murders of women who have all been involved in magic in some way. This book has amazing dark academia, gothic vibes. It's definitely a little gruesome, so be wary of that. It's a really amazing magical story, and there's a little subplot of romance that's chef's kiss. There are 5 books that I read in 2024 that I didn't feel like I got to talk about enough. Honestly, all of these should be added to your TBR for 2025. They are amazing books that I still think about to this day.